into this. Week 3. Fantasy
football crew.
Like you said, it feels week 3, but it definitely damn sure feel like week 12.
Definitely.
Feel like we at the end of the season.
Sheesh.
Y'all see the merch? We got?
Shout out
to Lindsay Gotro.
Shout out. Let's lead. Last week we forgot to lead with this, but let's go ahead and lead with it. All right. Collect your feelings, collect your emotions. Let's get into some deep thoughts. Deep thoughts from my man Ian. And so he says, men are disturbed not by the things that happen, but by the opinion of those things that happen.
Very interesting.
So I feel like that's perfect for all of this season. Because some people, like I said, I'm 0-2 right now. And for a lot of people, that can look like a tough spot. But I feel like I've been here before. I've had to climb up.
But 0-2, you had 2 tough matchups.
Right.
Extremely tough.
Right.
I beat you by what, point?
Like
4?
Yeah, that's what we was just talking about.
One
point
catch.
4.
Yeah. Right. Or had he not thrown a pick, it was close. It was really close.
Close.
So you can't, like you said, I feel like you can't panic. So I feel like the quote says, good quote for fantasy football.
For this week.
You can't be swayed. You can't just go ahead and fly off at the end because you're 0-2 or even if Tillman's case you win a game. I don't know if you should be feeling too.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Jesus
with
Christ.
Those quarterbacks.
Jesus.
So speaking of quarterbacks, let's get into we talk about the injury bug for the QBs out in the league right now.
Drew Brees, Ben Roethlisberger.
Sam Darnold
still got the mono.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. That's true. Cam Newton.
Cam. Man, tough time to be an NFL quarterback.
Yes, right.
That's my quarterback.
Like most of the time.
We're not even on the injury bug. Eli Manning gets benched.
Good.
Exactly.
So
no one is safe.
No one's
all
safe,
the people that you thought, okay, this shoe in, this guy's good.
Nope.
Probably not. And I feel like our waiver wire, which we'll get into next, I feel like our waiver wire really reflects that. A mom messaged me said, "What's the over under 5 QBs going?" You know what I mean?
Short one.
How many it was?
Close.
It's 4 win?
3, yeah, 4.
I still think one of the best ones still on the board though.
Oh, I agree. So let's move into those waivers and talk about some of them QB pickups and some of them pickups that happened. So I had first overall waiver. Well, I had second, but my man Paul, come on, Paul, you gotta make some moves.
One move, Paul. Come on, kill him.
Kick it, Paul, do something, Paul. So I had second, and I went with John Ross. I just didn't know why he was still on the board, but give you a little insight, little peek behind the curtain, how the sausage is made. I was gonna go Mason Rudolph. I thought about going Mason Rudolph.
Solid pick.
Mason Rudolph or Daniel Jones. I really thought about doing it because I feel like I'd have put pressure.
You said sausage. You'd have put Timmy in a pickle.
Yeah, I'd have put some of these teams in a tough spot. I feel like if I'd have did that, and I really thought about it, but I was like, with the AJ Green situation, I really just. Yeah, I couldn't pass up on John Ross. And plus, I need a flex right now, so
And that's crazy how John Ross just came out of nowhere and just like last year.
The number changed.
Yeah, exactly. New number, new me. Then the champ, of course, as we talk about those QB pickups, champ went Mason Rudolph and Teddy Bridgewater.
But you heard what Sean Payton said today, though.
That's what I was.
They don't know. It's a toss-up.
Yeah,
that was my next question. If you went out and you signed Teddy Bridgewater, are you concerned at all about what the Saints do, and do they run a 2 QB system?
Yes, I would be.
See, I trust Sean Payton's fucking offensive genius.
Right.
Everybody's panicking, this and that. But I think they wouldn't get Bridgewater just because that. Yeah. I mean, you can't throw Bridgewater in at first or second quarter. You can't throw him in not having a game plan for him.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
So, I think Sean Payton's going to put up a game plan for him, or who? Him or Taysom.
Yeah.
And we're going to see how it goes. But you got to take Taysom off the fucking kick team because he get hurt.
Yeah, you can't have both of your QBs running.
You can't,
run them down on the kick.
But I think they're going to have some packages for both. I think it's going to be a 2 quarterback type thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I really do.
I couldn't trust the Saints quarterback for the next 6 weeks.
And so if you can't trust them 6 weeks, how do you do with like if you said we've all agreed that you can't trust the Saints QB right now for 6 weeks, but Kamish goes out and just signs him.
Desperate times, desperate measures.
Desperate
So, I
times,
mean,
desperate measures.
I mean, you look at you got Daniel Jones on the board, even the Garden. You know, Jacksonville, the Garden.
Yeah.
yeah, that's his name. It's Grinshaw. Huh?
The Garden.
The stash.
Garden Grinshaw. The
Grinshaw,
stash.
yeah. The stash.
I mean, you know, like Kamish always says we end up running
Minshew.
Kamish always says we end up running him through the ringer, but I really feel like this is one of those things where, like, I mean, man, I just feel like there were better options. Kind of like with the Mark Andrews thing. Which, of course, it paid off for him this week. But
Ooh,
just like with the Mark
2 weeks in a
Andrews,
row.
Yeah,
that's 2 weeks. The Commission's
that's starting to.
up there to pick, and he I feel like he makes an interesting choice.
Interesting.
Very.
Amon went out and picked up the Cowboys D. Normally we don't talk about picking up defense.
I was going to pick up the Cowboys defense.
Oh, wait.
Listen, I thought about putting number 1 wave on the Cowboys D.
Man.
They going against Miami.
Yeah.
Gave up 7 points all year.
Yeah, we keep saying this, and it continues to remain true. I feel like this league could get together, we can play defense, and it'd be about the same as what the Dolphins are doing right now.
That's a good point.
Because I mean, and it's nothing.
This is gonna be
it's
a
nothing
trend.
about their professional. It's like they just don't want to play anymore.
There's going to be a trend the next, whoever's playing the Miami Dolphins the next week,
Oh yeah,
that's what's getting picked up.
Always.
That's going to be a trend for the rest of the year.
Always.
Good point.
Looks good for teams like New England.
Yes,
Who got 'em in
extremely
there?
good.
Who got 'em in
35
there?
points last week.
Got them in
30.
their division.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good.
Jets.
And he got
Whalen went out. DeMarcus Robinson. DJ
follow the
DJ
points.
Cock. yeah, basically. I mean, no brainer. Truth be told, I did have DJ
Chart.
I did have him. I thought about. I had it set up, queued up.
See, man,
but I didn't.
I feel like with the
Garden?
No. Minshew, I think they got a connection because week one when he came in, he threw that back shoulder fade to him.
They have,
and
they
touchdown.
have such a connection. They have such a connection. I know somebody in this league who drafted D.D. Westbrook maybe a little early.
Way too early.
D.D.
Way too early.
was in a prime spot with Nick Foles.
Oh, I agree.
But
Think of Nelson Aguilar a year or two ago. So I mean,
What about when Nelson Aguilar dropped that wide
oh
open
my
touchdown
God,
pass?
let's not talk about that. That was, man,
Wide open.
I'm still mad.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Julio Jones though. For
It kind of helped me out because I was paying Carson. So
but the Thomas pickup too though.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Kansas City offense. Ian might come trade me next week.
Hey, I mean,
he got Sammy Watkins out there.
Ian is buying all stocks in all Kansas City players.
Man, that's 2 weeks. You got Sammy Watkins week 1 that put up the numbers. You got him that put up the numbers week 2.
so
Shit, I got him here. What you want?
And then so we kind of touched on him a little bit. The Garden, Juicy J goes out and pick up the Garden.
And drop Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. It's about to be Savage Garden. Drew Brees. I mean, truth be told, we've said this countless times to each other. Why he didn't go out and draft Baker? Listen, if Juicy J would have walked up there, took off his shirt, took off his pants, had a matching thong, a brown thong, orange with the brown stripe, had the thong on, and had a picture of Baker on his back, and said, "I'm going Baker number 1." I would not have been surprised. I'd been like, "All right, go ahead, man. That's you, man. Do you?" Because everyone knew he wanted Baker Mayfield.
Did he change his name of his team yet, or still?
No, it's still Juicy J, but it should go back to
Baker
we trust.
Yeah.
Or we could go to the OG young rusty QB.
The Jonas Bros.
Young scrappy QB.
We talk about interesting moves. He goes out. He signs Daniel Jones. He says, "You know what, Commissioner ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." He goes out, signs Daniel Jones.
He traded me to Kyler Murray though, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean he did trade away Kyler Murray, and he keeps the 3 QBs. I mean, for a minute there, if they, before they mentioned the benching of Eli Manning, I was kind of interested to see what Ian was gonna do.
Good point.
In terms of his QBs, because he had 2. And as we all know, you only have 2. We start getting into bye weeks. You start getting a little dicey.
Yeah.
Start getting a little. You start feeling a little bit on edge, right?
QB situation gonna look like Tillman.
Yeah, exactly.
One injury away,
Right. So I mean, that was some of the interesting waiver
That's the
waiver
only ones?
pickups we had. That was the ones that I seen were like.
What about Paul and Rolando? None of them picked up nobody?
I mean, again, I just told Paul to make some moves. Paul had the number one waiver wire.
Ooh,
I mean, Paul could have went basically any of these picks, and I would have been like, good move, Paul.
Yeah.
He could even put a fourth QB on his roster, like 2 people next to me, and I would have not even been mad at that move. We did have a trade. We had 2 trades.
Yeah.
Go down. Let's talk about the first one. Waylon, Ian, Samuel Watkins. Woo!
See,
The Lizard King himself.
last week, when we was filming the podcast last week, I think that's probably when it got sent. So, I mean, I wasn't looking at my phone, but I woke up the next morning, I looked at my phone, oh, I got a trade. All right. So I looked at it for a while. Then I think it was real. I mean, Sammy Watkins, Adam Thielen, and Kyler Murray in the 2-quarterback league.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's
Been producing.
He's throwing 50 plus balls a game.
Kyler Murray, just like the villains, starting out super late. But Kyler Murray's
It's been throwing 50 plus passes a game, so that's gonna get some points. And then in a bonus league, like a bonus point league,
exactly,
that's a no-brainer.
Exactly.
I didn't know if you knew that, Ian, but I mean, thank you though.
So then
that was a no-brainer.
So then we're going to our next trade.
Sammy Watkins just gonna do that here and there. Wait till Tyreek come back.
We'll go to our next trade. My man Amon.
Hey, you know we make moves.
Just like we said earlier. Juicy J no longer Juicy J. In Baker he trusts.
And Baker he trusts.
I mean, I feel like at this point, if he wins, he's got to do what I said and show up in the orange stone.
I mean, look what Tillman did this year. So.
Yeah, that was
in the good light. Definitely in the good lighting. But, I mean, the trade, we had Emmanuel Sanders, Matt Breida, and Baker.
Jeez.
And then you receive Amari Cooper and David Johnson.
Mr. Bill Cosby himself.
Mr. Bill Cosby.
Man,
I mean, you here to deny these allegations?
Yeah, I mean, because
that's some strong allegations.
Yeah, but I
feel like it's in front of us.
We look at the numbers of Emmanuel.
I put it like this though.
I mean,
you look at Emmanuel right now; he's the number 3 receiver right now.
Playing out his mind.
And then you got Matt Breida.
Also playing out his mind.
Well, yeah, you got Tevin Coleman got hurt, and then you got Baker. I think that evens it out because it's 2-quarterback league.
Right.
And that's when you.
And I mean, Amari
that's like they don't know the value
of the quarterback
in a 2-quarterback league.
Exactly. I feel like people are gonna be like, "Fuck Ian." Fuck King and Waylon started this podcast just so they could come on here and preach to us about the importance of a fucking QB in a 2 QB league. But I feel like it can't be undermined. We always say that, but it can't be undermined. I mean,
no.
If a team, if Juicy J, like who was the top scorer week 1,
yes,
he comes out, he takes Baker Mayfield, and the Browns get on track, and they're supposed to be what they're supposed to be, and Baker's supposed to be where he's supposed to be at.
That's
I mean, you can't deny it.
Like look at Odell's game last week.
Jesus,
right?
Took one play.
Right.
And it's
and so those are like the interesting moves, picks, all that other stuff we made. So let's get into a new segment. It's new this week. WWTCD.
What will the commish do?
What will the commish do? Or did, because we got
he did.
We got the information.
But I think you can't roll with 2 backups.
Me neither. I really don't. I thought you playing for season long longevity. I don't think you could.
Right here, you got 11 decent. Well, you got 11 quarterbacks.
Yeah,
right here, starters. That.
Yeah.
I mean, 2. You roll with
you
know
the
they're
gonna throw.
Yeah, you roll with the backups. The issues with rolling out with the backups is what happens
when Drew come back.
When Drew comes back, what happens if Mason Rudolph just can't put it together?
Get hurt. I
mean, I wouldn't trust going strictly like straight for the backups.
No, because
the Mason Rudolph.
I think what's going to benefit out of the Steelers with Mason Rudolph, I think is going to be James Conner, the checkdowns. You're going to have a lot of checkdowns.
Right. But
James Conner and Juju.
But
Juju might benefit.
Waylon.
But I heard him with the same.
What we said.
James Washington.
James Washington.
Yeah.
What did we say last week? What do we call Tillman's team? What do we call the commission team? We called him the Pittsburgh Rams.
The Pittsburgh
good point.
Rams.
Good
yeah.
point.
And then you go buy stock in the Pittsburgh QB.
Yeah.
So now you have.
Thanks for Tom Brady, by the way.
So now you have the Pittsburgh QB, the Pittsburgh running back, the Pittsburgh wide receiver, your other wide receivers, Robert Woods, Cooper
No,
Kupp.
I got Robert Woods. He got Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. But still, I mean.
I could trade you Robert Woods.
But still, what I'm saying is he's got so much stock in these teams.
In one team. That. I mean, let me see.
I mean, it just takes a bad game from any one of those players to not be where you need to be.
Right.
Because James Conner been underproduced, and I got him in another league.
I know,
2 other leagues.
Yeah, like
he's been.
There's a lot of fantasy analysts who get paid to do what we doing,
yeah.
And and they'll say, "Oh, well, I don't mind if you buy, if you got 3 players from the same team, all this stuff." But
no,
it's always
unless
been something
got,
disgusting to me because
unless
I don't feel
you
comfortable
got
doing it.
Mahomes, Kels, and Tyreek.
Yeah.
I know Ian been begging me for Kels.
right.
Tyreek
If you
offer.
got that 3, yeah, that's a little different.
That's like I don't trust the Kansas City running backs right now. So
Yeah, you can't.
But I feel like at that point, like if you're talking about players who are like
you
can't not start them, right?
Like
you're never gonna be like, oh, should I start Kelsey this week? You know what I'm saying? Like you have a locked in Kelsey.
Like I understand the double the points. You make a double the point thing, but I mean you can't.
You also double the chances of what if they
A
have
dud.
a tough game? Yeah, exactly. Duds happen regardless. It don't matter who you are. No player is dud proof.
No, not even close. And bye weeks, just something like
exactly.
That's week 7. Week 7.
So I mean, that's
well, I think week 7 would tell me they're gonna lose.
That's
he tell me he's gonna lose.
All right.
I know last week you said we was going at your hard, but I mean we trying not to.
really, truthfully, commission we was giving it to him, but like
we need you next week, commission.
It's not even that. The information is just here in black and white, and we're just reading it. And I feel like the way this year has shaped out. Needless to say, since the start of the season, when he drafted Andrew Luck, I feel like the dominoes just fell, and the commission's like scrambling to make something happen.
Yeah.
That mango margarita.
I feel like you start passing the bottle of the roll, and you and Rose you got that pounding them.
Did Paul hit that last?
At a certain point, the commission. Like I said.
He lived up to it though.
He did. He did.
But you gotta start making some moves, commission. I got 4 quarterbacks.
But I give it to him. He's trying, and I feel like he's making moves against the grain, against popular decision. For better or worse, we'll see what happens.
We get that.
Like I said, last week, I talked about him for the Mark Andrews, and they had T.J. Hawkinson, Darren Wallace on the board, and T.J. Hawkinson put up 1 point.
Yeah, it was.
So
Mark Andrews put up.
Mark Andrews went
66
off.
in the last 2 weeks.
Like I said, regardless of us sitting here saying, this is that and this is whatever, any given Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. It's
Definitely.
Just like football is whatever. It's just, man, I feel like whatever bad maybe because he drafted Juju, whatever bad Juju is being put on the commission right now is just like, man. Yeah. And it started at the draft. Yeah. There's nothing it started at the draft.
Yeah,
and then it's not like it's his playmaker. It's his your important positions in this league. 2 quarterbacks.
Right.
You starting Jameis. Jameis is not. I think Jameis is gonna get benched.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Definitely would not be surprised. Would not be surprised.
And that's the past few years with Tillman. He drafted Ray Rice one year. Top 5 overall. Last year we drafted. I don't know, Tillman.
The last year was David Johnson.
Yeah, it was definitely David Johnson.
I think you sold your soul for that belt, but
I don't know what you was doing or where you was showing off that lime green underwear to get that belt last year. But you got it and
took it from me.
Yeah, it is gonna be like it's gonna be an interesting road for the commission to say the least. All right. So that being said, let's get into our rankings.
Nice.
Talk about where we have people. How's it go? So how we do this is normally we'll just read it off. And we'll just
so biased.
We'll just let you say it. So we'll let you, since you're our guest this week,
you go first.
We'll let you go first. So read it off to us.
Then we're gonna go based off your list, like why? Because our list is pretty much similar.
Yeah, go ahead. So you read off your list, then we'll read off each of ours, and then we'll discuss.
Okay, well, number one, I mean, hands down, the most points the last 2 weeks. You know, we're going with Ian. Got Waylon second, JB third, Anthony's fourth. Of course, myself fifth. Roe sixth. Villains, you know, unfortunately, you know, that put you at 7. We got Ready Freddy, you're at 8. We got Mr. Paul, you're at 9, and Tillman, unfortunately,
he said Mr. Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul. Yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna lie. When I was scoping out Paul to begin. And I seen some of his like his you know his stuff on Facebook and stuff. I thought I was gonna have to call him Mr. Paul of the draft.
Yeah, man. You know, even though I may flop the last 2 though, because I mean,
I don't know. That last 2 is interesting.
But at least you know, I mean, you know, the commission making moves. Paul, I mean, don't seem like look like you know. It's like you know.
I feel like Paul's more caught up on what shoes dropping this month versus who.
Paul got T.Y. Hills on his bench right now. So
and he had Calvin Ridley last
and he got.
And he put Calvin Ridley last week.
And Kerryon Johnson on his bench right now.
Like, come on.
All right, so Waylon, who you got? Read us off your top.
I mean, myself, I'll go myself first. Ian.
Mm-hmm.
Then the King.
Mm-hmm.
Amon. I got you. How I got you hiding yourself?
You know, maybe some bias going on in this room, but
well, no, what? Anthony, Timmy, JB, Roe, Paul, and Tillman.
Yeah. Okay. And then so mine reads off. I got Waylon, Mud Dogs. Ian, Burger King. I got Amon. Case closed. Anthony. I got myself. Then I got Roe, Ready Freddy, JB, 2 girlies, 1 cup.
Even though Gurley is available if you're interested.
And then number 10, of course. Number 10, of course. I got the commission.
Want to make a trade live?
I don't
make a trade live on the
trade
podcast?
live on the podcast
for the first time ever. I'll trade you Ty Gurley for a bottle of Black Rose.
Then, you know, you throw in some platinum and we can make something work.
So I mean, let's get into it. I mean, you know, so I mean, like at the top, you know, same top 2, but I mean, you got Ian number 1. So you said Ian because of the points, right? That's why.
Yeah, I mean, you can't deny. What I believe it was 190 then 200 back to back. I mean, you know, the best quarterback in the league or scoring quarterback anyway. Right. Running back situation is amazing.
I think the top 2 is gonna flop next week. Week 4, top 2.
We're looking forward to it. But as of right now,
that's why you got a number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so, you know, we move down.
I guess
this is where things all
over the place.
From 3.
So number 3, you have JB. Why?
Well, I mean,
did you put him number 3 because of that trade?
No, not even close.
Did you come up to the pod? Did you?
But you see,
did you come up to this podcast because you were like, you know what? I'm gonna put my man's 3 because we made that move. We did that trade.
Not even close. We looking at JB week 1. We're going off of that. Had a phenomenal outing, but I mean, I felt he would have won his matchup. I mean, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I mean, Drew Brees get hurt in a game that hell would have been high scoring. But
who he lost to last week? He lost to me.
No, he played you?
Yeah, he lost 164, 114.
Yeah, so I mean
116. I mean,
I feel Drew would have covered that. But
48 points.
Hey, playing the Rams?
Okay.
Just what you know.
Yeah.
And then I mean, he still has solid pieces all over the field. I mean, he's going to bounce back. I mean, look like Anthony. Y'all got me and Anthony flip flop for the next spot, but I mean, he still has a solid team. I feel 1 or 2 pieces away, and
got to trade one of those receivers.
At quarterback,
he made the move for the orange.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, you still have Russell and Baker. I mean, that is a
okay. So
a
then
nice
you
combo.
have me at number 3.
Love to hear this.
No, like. All right, you look at it. You look at this.
Preach to him. Let him know.
But I'm not being biased. I'm not being biased.
Let him know.
All right, he lost to me by what? 0.4.
Yes.
0.4. He playing the top 2 teams both weeks.
Yep.
Sure.
This is not like a. This is like a power rankings like for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's not like a okay.
This is right now.
You got the top 3 quarterbacks: Dak, Lamar, and Deshaun.
Which put him in a situation where if you play the other one, he
Play
wouldn't have-
trade.
yeah,
He can
but
move
then-
those pieces and make.
He can.
Like he's in the best position.
Yeah.
Best position at an 0-2 team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you got Julio and Devontae Adams as your receivers.
Yeah. And again, this is Stefan. This isn't me, the personality that I play on YouTube.
Aaron Jones, and just think if Melvin Gordon come back.
Right.
Like I'm just thinking in the long run.
You think Melvin
And
is
this
going to?
is-
That's another topic.
Yeah.
John,
And
Wall,
this is-
Melvin's. I don't think Melvin's gonna come. He's not coming back to the Chargers.
No.
Okay. That's
I think
interesting.
if a trade like we talked
I hope
about
he don't go
earlier.
to the Eagles and rock with that Philly.
Yeah.
Or he
kinda
could go
offense
there.
they use.
Yeah, that it kind of scares me.
Look,
But
look
I
what y'all
mean,
did to Jordan Howard.
yeah, but Miles
Look what you
Sanders.
did Jay.
Giant.
Yeah, his knees did that to him.
No.
Let's get that correct. Let's get that.
No, so I mean, like you said, and you had me that. I mean, I felt a little like because I was like, I don't want to put myself number 3, but I mean, because I don't want to seem biased. But my thing is that if I'm at the bottom.
You play the top 2
I'm
teams.
stacking Pete like John,
Which
Ross.
is
and so-
amazing, but at the same
But
time,
but
Anthony,
I got you at 3.
Okay.
I put you above Anthony, and whatever. And my reasoning for you over Anthony when we talk about the logistics of it is because, man, that move, that trade you made with JB.
That's why. Why.
Granted, yeah, in the podcast,
Allegations.
I know we give you heat for allegations and all this stuff. Nah, man, that was a good trade. That was a good trade for both teams. Got got what they wanted out of the trade. I feel like that's one of those things where you said y'all would communicate to make this trade happen. That's how y'all made it work. It wasn't just hey, I send you a piece, you send me a piece, what we do? So y'all talked it out.
See, me and he didn't even talk it out. He sent me some up.
Say less.
Well, I mean,
you get a haul like that. I mean, you don't
Ian
pass
pulled his
that.
pants down, turned around, and said, "Hey, Waylon." So, so then we go into, but Anthony. I feel Anthony has a squad if he makes one.
He was
one move.
I feel
You
like
need to move.
Anthony.
You could probably move one of those receivers for a quarterback and a backup running back.
If
Anthony
Anthony gets
quarterback.
if Anthony gets a number 1 starting quarterback in this league,
Tom Brady available.
he's gonna be hard to stop.
Oh yeah, that's pieces everywhere. And I feel he was 1 point away or 2 points away from
He's
winning.
been
So-
copying my draft strategy since I got in this league.
All right, so then like I said, we go in.
Get them receivers
So
though.
we kind of talk about it. We get into me and you both have Rowe over Timmy.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I feel like I said, I think Rowe's got a solid team. Granted, the Ian trade. Despite the Ian trade.
He would have won if you don't. And I know we hate to go back, but I mean, he would have won if he had
not moved Zeke.
won.
We'd probably be talking with Rowe being at the top.
Yeah.
I will tell y'all this though, not like
Well, though Le'Veon ain't been putting up.
not to go into a sneak peek of my video or anything like that. I just feel like the facts are the facts. We've seen this before from Rowe. Rowe starts out hot. Like he caught something hot, and then sizzles out. Because as we talked about, we was talking. You just said, Rowe, Paul, y'all make some moves, y'all do something, contact somebody, make some trades, do something. And I feel like for a lot of those teams, they start off at the draft and they may have a good draft, some of them even a great draft.
Yeah.
And then from that point on, it's like, weekly. I need to.
You got to stay on top of it. You got to stay on top of it.
Scouting. I need to start doing this, because like that's what worries me, about Rowe. Because like I said, he already the move for Zeke. We're all in agreement. He doesn't move Zeke. Rowe's probably number 1 team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually makes sense.
Ready, Freddie.
Man,
I think he drafted Damian Williams too. But
it's always interesting, right? We start covering the teams, and then as we start getting to the bottom, it's not to be negative, it's not to be whatever, but we just start seeing the scaries.
Yeah,
but you got Christian McCaffrey. He didn't do.
But I mean, that was a tough game.
But I mean, if Cam's out this week,
because that's a big thing. If Cam doesn't play, I mean, do you really trust Christian McCaffrey?
I think you can to a certain extent.
Yeah, I feel like he's not beat the lights off. You know,
Then like Rivers could put you at 400 yards, 300 yards every week, but I mean, what Rivers you gonna get every week? Golf too.
Exactly.
And that's another problem.
And Antonio Brown.
Yeah. We're a
the
week.
first week we
We talking. I said we're not covering Antonio Brown. This week.
we're gonna avoid it.
We're gonna avoid it. But I mean,
even it's
every
a topic
week
because we're talking about.
It's a new allegation every week. Like
Which is scary. This next one is scary.
He was farting in his doctor's face.
That was hilarious. That was crazy.
Like farting in the doctor's face. Come on. Well, the next one, they're not doing nothing until the end of the season.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what.
Well, I mean, with the interview with the lady, I don't know.
Yo, some of them.
I don't think.
Because Adrian Peterson a few years back,
Oh yeah.
it was a similar situation.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And then so.
but that's where Antonio.
Then,
Brown
interestingly
was
enough, we come here and we both
our top
JB. We go, but no. And then before we get to,
Oh.
we go to JB because that's the last to discuss right now. Me and you way lower on JB than that. Than my man Amon. See, I feel like
after the trade, the trade.
Because honestly, I would have probably put him over Anthony. I'd have probably put him over Anthony, and it would have been Amon, BJ, then Anthony.
Yeah,
But due to the fact
of the trade.
of the trade,
I see Phil Lindsay. I don't trust because Royce Freeman been getting some touches.
Yep.
He's still on the board.
Yep.
But that whole Denver offense, except for Emmanuel Sanders.
Yo, I don't, JB.
Yes.
I don't know if that was part of the trade agreement. He had to come on here and talk good about your team.
Then
Hey,
running back,
man.
like you got Duke Johnson, James White. I don't trust the Patriots running back
I think that's the one you can trust probably the most. But
But-
that offense changed so much.
with AB back in it.
Yep.
Because I mean,
You're looking at, but
the only person I trust in that offense right now is going forward. It's Edelman.
everything that you just read off is all scat backs. Every person you just named off
Yeah.
is like they catch the ball in the backfield, they do this, which is fine. And I do think for PPR leagues that can get you by.
Yeah.
Get you by though, not
Mike Thomas
Not-
though, he's still got Mike Thomas though. I mean,
who's the other receiver?
he had Amari Cooper.
Well, he's adding Emmanuel as we
Yeah,
throw
Ty-
away
and
the
Tyler-
trade.
and Tyler
Matt-
Lockett. You got Tyler
Okay,
Lockett.
and that's another great piece. Man, I wanted Tyler. But
You could have got Tyler. That would have been a good swap.
Yeah.
It would have been more even for both the things if you would have got
but
Lockett instead of Cooper.
Yeah, the fact that it's Cooper and the Cowboys look like they're just gonna do whatever they want.
With
to whoever they want.
30-year-old offensive coordinator,
Right.
Kellen Moore.
Saw
Shout
that
out to
coming.
Boise State.
And then the bottom two,
interesting.
the same two,
Sheesh.
Commission Paul.
Like,
I think it's 1A and one no.
Yeah.
You can't say 1A like 10A and 10B.
Yeah.
I mean,
I really do think it's the team.
like you need move. You got to make some moves.
that's it. I feel that's the only
'cause
problem.
You got pieces.
What Paul has pieces. The commish has pieces. At a certain point, you gotta.
Like y'all got a lot of pieces.
You
Y'all
gotta
got to
let
move.
go of draft capital and draft.
Good point.
All your
That's a great
ideas
point.
and all your feelings of who this player was supposed to be, and look at who they are and what they're doing.
Exactly.
Especially with this Steelers offense, I just feel like you've got to sell some stock in that shit. To that shit.
Facts. That Steelers offense?
They call that a Freudian slip. I just feel like that you got to sell part of the Steelers offense. You know, you can't own all the shares in the Steelers offense now, especially that Big Ben's out.
Yeah.
You know,
Like there's some moves. I'm not gonna say it on the podcast, but there's some moves I would make.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for both teams.
I feel
Both teams.
Yeah, I feel
Both
like
teams.
everybody here is at the table ready for decisions. It's just
I mean,
I'm always
Commish gotta come better than Godwin for Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, pick your take. He gotta come better than moves like that. I feel like those are the moves that we all kind of, like I feel like if there's something about trading, that's one of the things. Like when you feel like someone offers you a deal like that, and you're like, really?
Good point.
Because with all the pieces, with all the options, with all the stuff available, I mean, as we just stated, if you don't have a QB right now, you better be going out trying to buy a QB somewhere.
buy one. Yep.
Good point.
I got 4.
Good point. I'm down to 3, but I mean,
You
trust
got
me.
one?
Yeah,
Oh, I made a move, so
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
the bigger.
Oh, you down to 3?
So we still gonna make a move though. I mean, I'm not holding on.
He's not opposed to it. So I mean, anything else? Any topics y'all want? Anything y'all want to talk about? Anything else as far as this league and where we're headed? Had our special guest Simone this week.
Hey man, it was fun. It was exciting. I think we covered a lot of
Come back
topics.
next week, Amon?
Oh man, I don't know, y'all. Bi-weekly, tri-weekly, maybe.
Week 4 next week.
Week 4 be
we got,
interesting.
Quarter.
You know, we could do
Get
something
that
like that.
quarter, that quarter sum up.
Yeah, you know, definitely
Might hook
be
you up with a
interesting.
shirt next week, you know.
See, you know, get you know, make the seat permanent. But I don't know. I think we're pretty good on everything. You know, matchups. I didn't look at too much of that yet. So hopefully y'all got some insight.
What's the
on
matchup of the
something
week
like
this
that.
week?
Matchup
What'll
of the
be
week.
interesting. Good segue.
So this week is week the smoked out,
Smoked out.
Nice.
rolled out,
Rolled out.
matchup of the week. We got
Smoke
Timmy
weed every
versus
day.
Anthony.
Smoke
Nice.
weed every day.
Woo! I feel also too like we didn't just make this matchup of the week so we can make jokes. I feel like it's important for both teams.
Very.
Real talk. Ready Friday, I feel like interesting spot, you know, to avoid like getting stuck in the mud. You know, I feel like if he gets a win now, you know, he loses next week, not too shabby.
True
he
that.
loses this week, loses next week.
Damn good point.
Interesting. Anthony, I think it's like do or die time. Like meaning, you know,
Make that
you
move,
have
man.
an all-star wide
Make-
receiving core.
Make that move.
What do you do if this week again you fall just short? You just don't make it. I mean, do you hold on to that roster or do you blow it up? You know, I say blow it up, but do you try to make some moves and say, all right, let's try to get this thing back on the
Make
back
that
on the road.
move.
You know, because when he came out, he did come out with a solid team. You know, but I mean, to come out and say case closed, baby, this is it, this is it. I mean,
Make that move.
the shaky QB situation, man. I feel like you left the door open just a little bit. You know.
And then there's the championship matchup from last year. Me and Tillman.
Nice.
Yeah, and then a rematch, you versus Tillman. That ought to be interesting. I mean, maybe Commish might be too busy in Disney World. I don't know. He might not.
Vacations, man.
Better go to Magic Kingdom and make that wish, boy.
All right, y'all. So that'll wrap it up. Have a nice fantasy football crew.